Not even close. You want a bunch more American-made workwear companies? You got it. First thing, check out this Carhartt shirt. This is one of the first ones I bought in like the early 2000s when I was just starting my apprenticeship. Things still held up great. Anyway, my first video that I did on American-made workwear companies was very well received. It seemed like people got a lot of value out of that. I covered stuff that was affordable, some stuff that wasn't, and people want to let me know their thoughts either way in the comments. And in this video, I'm going to expand it out a little bit, all right? We're actually going to include some glove companies, some boot companies, and this is by no means a comprehensive, exhaustive list that lists every single American-made workwear company. The reason that I found a lot of these guys is because of the things that you guys wrote in the comments. The comment section of these videos is usually a great place for information. You could find people who have a lot more experience than I do, just different experience than I do, and know about a lot of things that, frankly, I don't. So that's a great place to check. Thank you so much for the recommendations. Without further ado, let's get into the list. Number 1, Vermont Glove, Sullivan Glove, Gear Gloves, or Churchill Gloves. Now we start off with 4 glove companies, 3 of which I've owned. The truth is that a good pair of gloves will make you actually want to wear them. Vermont Gloves from, you guessed it, Vermont, have their Vermonter glove, and it is fantastic. Sullivan Glove is from Bend, Oregon, and I have several of their fleece-lined gloves, my favorite of which is the Bison Gloves. Gear Gloves is from Washington State, and I don't have any of these, unfortunately. Finally, Churchill Gloves are also out of Washington State, and a very generous viewer sent me a pair of these a few years back. Number 2, Occidental Leather and Badger Tool Belts. Now, Occidental Leather is no stranger to people who wear tool belts often. I actually had one of these years ago and it got stolen right out of my work van. But these are very well known in the world of framers especially, with beautiful leather construction and detailing made right in California. If you're not much for leather, I've heard great things about Badger Tool Belts, which is a nylon alternative made in Indiana. They've recently been acquired by Occidental Leather, so you pretty much have 2 fantastic alternatives in sibling companies. Some people prefer nylon since it's lighter, tough as nails, and often less expensive. Number 3, Triple Aught Design. Out of California is Triple Aught Design. They definitely have a more tactical as compared to traditional approach to workwear, but some people like that aesthetic. I've heard plenty of great things about them, and while nothing over there is cheap, fans of the brand will tell you that it's definitely worth the price. Number 4, Nix, Westco, Franks, JK, Drews, etc. To provide a complete list of American-made boot brands would probably take a long time, but there are the legendary Pacific Northwest boot brands like Westco, Nix, JK, Franks, and Drews. I hesitate to mention Whites, though they're still made in Spokane, Washington, but they're owned by the same Tokyo-based company that owns Danner, so, you know, you can include Whites if you really want to. Regardless, any of the boots from this region of the United States seem to be of similar build quality and style, with nail bottom, stitch-down construction, and leathers from Seidel Tannery. The differences will come down to individual models and personal preference. Number 5, Camber Clothing out of Pennsylvania operate one of the oldest looking websites in the world, but they offer both workwear and activewear. One thing I found interesting about the brand is that they offer products up to 7XL. Damn! They're a wholesale brand, so you have to order their stuff through a website like All American Clothing, but they have a 24-ounce hoodie and a bunch of other goodies. So if you're somebody who needs big and tough, this is your place. Number 6, Union Line. Now, Union Line is a similar brand to Camber, being a wholesale brand, but they offer some denim as well. The choices are pretty basic, but then again, so is most workwear. So if you are a union labor supporter, this is the brand for you. Number 7, Devium or Devium, however you pronounce it. They're pretty new to the scene, but this California brand is a great blend of workwear with a dose of skater style in there as well. The prices are pretty high, but they have some really fantastic looking styles or interesting fabrics and patterns to choose from. This is a brand that I certainly want to try out. Number 8, HARDENCO, my own backyard heroes. Based out of New Hartford, Connecticut is HARDENCO, an acronym for Hartford Denim Company. They have some very cool old school workwear pieces along with one of the most generous repair policies that I've ever seen. Their styles are definitely old school and I personally love their whole aesthetic. I'll certainly be doing a factory tour sometime soon. Number 9, out of New York, is Left Field. This is a brand that I really want to check out more this year because they walk the line between boutique denim company and workwear company. You'll find all kinds of cool American-made options from their work uniform line to benefit garments like the Coal Miners Black Lung Benefit Tee. Left Field certainly seems like a brand after my own heart. Next, we have Ciguera Gear Company, a badass belt company. You may not consider belts specific to workwear. And like Triple Aught design, Ciguera has a tactical bent which works just as well for working folk. They have a variety of belts for whatever suits you best and are made by Americans for Americans. Number 11, Hank's Belts. I keep hearing great things about Hank's Belts, and I will absolutely be making a purchase of my own one day soon. Classic looks and a customer base that swears by them, this is turning out to be a company that's becoming hard to ignore. Now, if you'd like to see more videos on American-made products in particular, I've made you a whole playlist right here. You can go check that out. Inside that video playlist is every video that I've ever done on American-made products. Not necessarily workwear. Sometimes workwear, yes, but oftentimes it's other products that maybe you didn't realize were made here, like Colonel Littleton. You know, awesome stuff, great gifts. You'll find a lot of stuff down there, hopefully something that you like. If you go and check that out, I would love you for it. Thank you so much. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you. I'll catch you next time.